Hello, everybody, and welcome to a chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby on a Sunday. I hope everyone is well. I hope you've had a good day and a good weekend. I see we've got some regulars in the chat already. Good to see you all there. Ryan, the Baron's in the chat. Johnny Smart, Surf, Blood Nosed. Good to see you all. Richie Reports. Hey, Frugal Stew's in the chat. Hope you're well, my friend. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a little while. Before I go any further, I'm just going to move my ring light out the way to stop the glare on my glasses. Could I have a sound check, please? Because the sound and the images last week were shit. I'm all right, Richie. Thank you very much. Good to see you here. Glad you're well. Yeah, one. That's okay. That's brilliant. God, look at my bony arms. Yeah. Right, that's better. Get the glare out of the way. Yes, so come on, let's have a sound check, folks. Stuart Hawes, new channel member. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate that very much. Sound okay? Yeah, just what it was. I'll dig the thing out of here. It was this. Because I was given that condensing microphone. I thought, oh, cool. But the problem is, on my laptop, I only have one USB port. So I thought, I know, I'll buy a hub, high-speed little hub, and I can put my camera and my microphone and everything in there. But the problem is, I think the data transfer across the computer to this just completely screwed everything. And I thought, I'll sod it. I'll go back to normal next week and work out what went wrong and what I've got to do about it. But how's everyone's weekend gone? I've had a bit of a busy social weekend and a bit of a busy airport weekend. I've had a series of what you call ups and backs. Yesterday, had an up and a back. Today, I had an up and a back. Tomorrow, I had an up and a back. They're the best ones. You know, 2 airport runs on 1 load of fuel. Yesterday, we had a barbecue around my wife's friends. We went around there, and there's a big group of people. There was at least half a dozen. I'd like to say a bit more. And, there was nice food, lovely burgers. Has anyone ever tried Stilton on a burger? Very, very trivial thing to say, but it's delicious. Stilton on a burger, give it a try. Sausages, chicken, and all the rest of it. Sanity checkers, busy at Western Supermare. Are you still there? Are you up there with your son? Who's this? Yours, Rhoda. Evening to you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I've noticed a couple of new names in here this evening. Thank you very much for the support. We're getting near 50,000 subscribers. I really hope we'll do that soon. If you're just watching and haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and also the like, because we need those likes on the actual channel and on the live stream. It all helps. Graham, hello, good to see you. Now then, Andy. Hope you're well today, Graham. All the best to you. Let me know how you are. Anna Perkins, hit the like, folks. Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't come back that long, and I was working out whether I could get on live this evening. But, you know, if I'm here, I always want to do it. And I was trying to get tomorrow's content recorded as well at the same time. You know the old saying, poke a broom up there and sweep the floor all at once. So I think I've managed to do everything I've wanted to do. Mark and Janice, great weekend. Thanks, Andy. Please say something disparaging about Sadiq Khan and make my day. Hang on. A joke out of Only Fools and Horses. You see that car over there, Sadiq? It's a GTI. If you rearrange the letters, you've got yourself a personalised number plate. Git. That'll work. What's this one? David Lee, Andy, could you help with my new petition on 38 degrees to try and reverse the blanket 20 mile an hour speed limit in Wales? If you have a link to that, David, stick it in here. Alternately, email me. email me across the link and I can get some publicity to it. I mean, it's ridiculous. I read a report earlier as well that, hi, Steve, I saw your messages you sent me. I'll have a look at them properly tomorrow. Yeah, I read a report earlier that they were talking about applying speed limits to police cars chasing after bad guys. I thought, ain't there enough trouble as it is with little blonde-haired Nancy police women can't handle insults and arrest people that shouldn't be. The whole police service is nuts. What's this? Monk Jack sausages are nice on the barbie. Oh, there's a place near us, Queck's Barn it's called, and they do all sorts of fresh meat and all that sort of thing, and they do different flavoured sausages, and they had some of this barbie yesterday. Oh, they were to die for, they really were. And some lovely tikka butter chicken marinade for the chicken. Absolutely delicious stuff. I really love a barbie, especially when the weather's good. Yeah, speed limits on cop cars. One of the videos that come out tomorrow, I do mention it just in passing, but there's more information on that. It is ridiculous. Yeah, I just did a video about that woman. Yeah, I did notice that, Ryan. I haven't watched it yet. Out and about with Richie T, hand pink waving. Hello, good to see you. Glad you're here. Thank you. Oh my God, there's a new face, Dave Pritchard. Good evening, Andy. Long time no see. Dave is a retired taxi driver, and he used to work with me doing airport runs back and forward. Say hello to Dave, everybody, and make him welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're well, Dave. And yes, excellent. I didn't know you knew about this, but there you go. Does Sadiq Khan remind us of someone from Germany? Well, yes, he can do. He can do with the power hungriness and everything else. Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. Everyone's saying hello to Dave. That's brilliant. What does Anna say? A local butcher near us recently retired. No replacement, but they were years ahead in flavoured sausages. Their lamb and mint mix was to die for. Oh, yeah. We got some good meat places down our way that do that sort of thing. I mean, lamb and mint, I love it. We went to my father's today. That's the other place. And it was roast lamb, some chicken, spuds, veggies, all the trimmings. Oh, and I really love lashings of mint sauce. Oxfordshire man, I'm a cabbie, but not retired, just tired. I know the feeling. I'll tell you what, I'm only 45, but I do feel it these days. I've been doing these airport runs for a few years now, and I used to be bionic. I could just do them one after the other after the other. And I'm like, you know, I had about five jobs in the calendar today. Don't tell Dave, he'll come out of retirement. And he, you know, I did 2 of them. I couldn't do 5. 5 years ago, I could do 5, but not now. Hi, Steve. Miss you all. Is Steve in here? Did I see him? Oh, Dave, that isn't the Steve you used to work with. That's another Steve. That Steve runs his own business. I know what Steve you've meant. Nigel the handyman, good evening, all folks. Oxfordshire man, I'm up at 2 a.m. Heathrow going up and a 4-hour wait to bring one back to Swindon. Yeah, yesterday I did Gatwick up. I had 2 hours to wait, so I nipped round to Tesco's for a bit of breakfast and then a return back home again. Well, it was via deal, actually. Today I had Stansted up. That was 5 people up there. And then I had 2-hour wait again and then back home. Tomorrow's the long one. I've got 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Gatwick up. And then I've got, I think, 4 or 5 hours to wait and then back home again. So I'll be raiding that Tesco's for a bit more food. That is for sure. Have I seen... Yeah, thank you, Craig. That reminds me of something somebody said to me once. I said, "How old are you?" I told them, I said, "Fucking hell, you've had a hard life." Hope you're well. Thank you for looking in. Chunky Buster, have you seen the latest AA propaganda about EVs they have sent to members? I haven't seen that yet. I'm a member of the AA. Not had it yet. I haven't had to call on them. Do you have to pay the money in London if you drive a black cab? I think unless it's electrical compliant, yes, you will. I don't think there are any prisoners whatsoever. But somebody correct me on that for sure. Hi, Andy, Dakota, Western Basingstoke. My first time on your channel. You was recommended by my son who loves your videos. Well, thank you very much. And tell your son thank you very much as well. It's good to see you. Thank you for another supporter. Very much appreciated. Let's see who else we got. I've got a nice box of stuff coming very soon, within the next week, which I'll open up live on here, so you can have a look what's in there. I got sent a picture of the box yesterday. I've got a good idea what's in it, but we'll have to see. Just going up to the comments. Please, if you haven't done so already, welcome to the chat of Andy the Gabby Cabby. Literally just a natter tonight. There's something I want to show you as well. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button and help the algorithm spread this chat everywhere. I've got lots of emails in, which is good. Lots of different subjects covered, concerns with people, and I'm going to try and get that out in the week as and when I can. And great to see everybody. Great to see everybody. What did you think of the cost of Royal Mail EV vans versus petrol? It just don't work, does it, Stuart? It doesn't work. I was having a natter with my old man about this today. And, you know, charging points, the cost of charging, the cost of purchase, the fact that tyres wear out quite a high percentage quicker than they do on normal diesel trucks. It's just going to cost everything a fortune. We need to just get to a point where we say, balls, we've had enough of this. A race to this is going to cripple this country, hopefully sooner or later, which will bring us on to our next point. Has anybody heard in the chat, give me a one if you have, of Vision Zero for London? Vision Zero for London. And I'll let you let me know. Forgot to say, I'm really enjoying your video about net zero. I'm always talking to residents about this when out on my deliveries. I definitely think a lot of people are seeing through the climate fraud. Yeah, again, it was my chat earlier on with my father, and he's in agreement. You know, people are seeing through this. People are seeing through this. 1664 for Alan Edge. Is he here? I've not seen him. Where is he? Andrew Hughes. The only electric car I have is Scare Electrics. Yeah, I was sent this earlier by Julie. I'll pull this up. Yeah, before I do, that's a very bad comment, yours, Rhoda. I heard Switzerland and Canada are banning EVs because they think it will wipe out their grid. I went to Bishop Stortford Services today, which is next to Stansted Airport. And while I was there, just minding my own business, I noticed that they'd installed this big bank of electric chargers. There must have been about 10 of them at least. Every single one of them was covered over. And that scene is repeated in quite a few petrol stations, service stops all over the place, because while the points are there, the grid can't handle them. So they can't be used until the grid's upgraded. And some of it is, some of it's crazy because it can take months. So it's just not there. It's not there. Yeah, Craig, you did right. They have all the weapons, all the infrastructure, all the money. Unless everyone stands up, things won't change. That's right, isn't it? You have all these little pockets of resistance, all these little bits of voices here, there, and everywhere, but not one great big crescendo sounding. Fuck off. It's not Not great. Bleach Demon, hello, good to see you. I hope you're well, and thank you for joining us. I love your profile picture, by the way. I should change mine to a Simpson character too. Anna Perkins, a bit like overloading your circuits at home and tripping the electrics. Yeah, everyone's done it, haven't they? Put the toast on, it overpowers something, all of a sudden it flicks. Certain groups of people have stolen the leads, yeah, and they're not bloody cheap either. Four-wheeled electrical bombs. There was another fire in a scrapyard, wasn't there? I'm sure there was very recently. Wouldn't at all surprise me if that wasn't another electric thing that cooked off, but we will see. Right, yes, Vision Zero. Let me show you this. I actually heard about this before, but was never given something with the full details. Yeah, there we go. This is on the TfL website. It's all there for everybody to see. And I'll just make this full screen. Right, now they think that this will be implemented everywhere, all at once, all of the time. And in this case, they call it Vision Zero. Together, we can eradicate deaths and serious injuries from our roads and make London a safer, healthier, and greener place. Now, that is the tagline, isn't it? It's either that or air pollution. Major cities around the world are taking a stand to end the toll of deaths and injuries seen on their roads and transport networks by committing to Vision Zero. London is at the forefront of this approach, and the Mayor's transport strategy sets out the goal that by 2041, all deaths and serious injuries will be eliminated from London's transport network. Now, I find that very telling that they're saying that London is at the forefront of it all, and that it's the Mayor's transport strategy purely because of the position that Sadiq Khan's in with the C40 Cities Group. He's the chairman. The whole idea of the C40 City Group is to rid us of all the cars. So you're damn right they're at the forefront of it. And meanwhile, we have this going on: 50 fatal stabbings. Somebody doesn't get their thing right. Kevin, ULEZ is a conservative policy. This is very true. Boris was behind it originally, wasn't he, when he was Mayor of London? And also there was a document that's been leaked out, and I've seen it a couple of times, where the government have said, yeah, sure, Sadiq, you can have your money, but in return, ULEZ has to go. ULEZ has to turn. So, in effect, they're all screwing us over. Andy, could you say your email address? Can't find it, sorry. I'll type it in the chat for you. I know it works because I'm getting emails from all and sundry. Contact at Andy. Line. There you go. And you pick that up. So let's go back to this document a second. Let's see what we've got. Screen layout. 20 more likes to reach 100, folks. So if you could be so bold, that'd be great. Yeah, it's neither inevitable nor acceptable that anyone should be killed, seriously injured when travelling in London. We leave our homes each day. Well, judging by pictures I've seen, that's going to cost you $12.50 soon. We should feel safe and confident about the journey ahead. Cars are not the only problem. Crime is a big problem. The police are inept. They need sorting out. While work continues to make our wider transport network even safer, the Vision Zero Action Plan and the Vision Zero Action Plan Progress Report focus on the areas where our greatest challenges lie: London's streets. It's not only the cars, Sadiq, it's the crime and everything else as well. While Vision Zero is being set by the Mayor of London, Transport for London and the Met Police, the responsibility for its success is shared by all, including those who have a role in designing, building, and operating and managing the transport network. Now, these are the key points of the Vision Zero action plan. Safe speeds, encouraging speeds appropriate to the streets of a busy and populated city. This will be why you're seeing these 20-mile-an-hour zones everywhere. Safe streets, designing an environment that's forgiving of mistakes by transforming junctions which see the majority of collisions and ensuring safety. That's LTNs. Safe vehicles, reducing risk posed by the most dangerous vehicles by introducing a world-leading bus safety standard. At the end of the day, they want the cars off the roads, or they want electric stuff. I mean, how are they safe? You can't hear them coming. Safe behaviours, reducing the likelihood of road users making mistakes or behaving in a way that is risky for themselves and other people through targeted enforcement. Now, TfL are in trouble with targeted enforcement because they're using CCTV cameras a lot of the time to target their enforcement. It's been found that they're a little bit on the illegal side. Not great at all. Not great. Now, what's this? Kevin Grant. Yes, expansion of ULEZ was a condition. Conservative demanded it if they were to bail out London Underground during COVID. Yes, there is a document going around which proves that conclusively. It's all there. And there's a list of conditions, isn't there, Kevin? I've seen that same document. I don't know whether you can get a link to it and we can put it up. We'll stop practicing our German. It annoys people. I'll dump these two links in the chat so you can see them. There is that one. That's the Vision Zero for London. So you can all grab hold of that and have a read. Or there is this one, which is the Mayor's Transport Strategy. Now, that one is pretty heavy going and pretty heavy reading. And both of those will tell you quite an awful lot about what the bastards are up to. Now, somebody mentioned, and very, very relevant. There we go. If TfL is so concerned about cleaning up polluted air, they should start with the London Underground. Yes, exactly. Somebody sent me a message about a air ventilation thing, which is fairly near a school, which connects up to the Victoria line, and they'd be interested in someone like the Brown Car Guy to go down there and test the air quality in that area. I bet it's through the roof, and it would once again prove the point, wouldn't it? Alan Reader, thanks, Andy. You're welcome. Adam, good to see you. Hope you're well. John Harris, it just goes to show they don't care about people because you wouldn't do this in a cost of living crisis. He's always harping on about free school meals and cost of living and all this kind of caper, isn't he? And at the end of the day, he's the one that's going to cost people a hell of a lot more, forcing them down the road. I mean, here's one for you. You got this £2,000 scrappage scheme. You know, I'm going to give my minibus worth a bit more than £2,000 over to be scrapped, get £2,000. What am I going to buy? What can I get for £2,000? I can't. There's nothing there. Not only that, this scrappage scheme doesn't go outside of London. It's Londoners only. I'm a case in point. I live in Margate. Yeah, I work in and around London nearly every day of my life. Yet I'm being penalised and have to pay £12.50. How's that fair? It isn't. I won't be the only one. There'll be tradesmen all over the place that are the same thing. Acorn Andy, you love the smell of petrol. Yeah, we had that on the barbecue yesterday. Straight on, whoosh. That puppy lit up really quick. Kay Mackay, hello. It's just chit chat. Look, I do now and then. It's not all the time. Good to see you. Richard Butler. It's all going towards a rather scary X kind of app or something like WeChat in China. And the way Elon Musk is going broke for his Twitter flutter. He has the electric car solution too. Yes, he does, doesn't he? Mike Alligators. Good to see you. Long time no see. All right, Andy, I see the lunatics are still running the asylum, but sadly, I don't see it going to be even better with the new government next year. I don't. We need a complete and utter radical overhaul of this place. You know, the way the system is weighted, it's either the Reds or the Blues, whether we like it or not. And I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Kay. Andy, hello. Average isn't too well. What's the matter with him? I had a little text conversation with him a day or two. Is it an illness or is it stuff going on, if you know what I'm referring to? Or a combination of the two? Let me know. I might drop him a message after this, see if he's all right. I don't know whether he's still with Mother Hag or his sister or whatever it was. When he's back home in his flat, I might try and have a meet up with him again. See how we do. Stomach bug. Okay. Must be something he ingested. But, red or blue eyes, two cheeks of the same arsehole. I love it. I love it. That's brilliant. I'm going to remember that and steal it. I mean, you've got reform and you've got all the others, but the problem is you can't get them in with the way the system works at the moment. It's a disgrace. Russ is back in Bexhill, is he? Okay, I might drop him a line and see what I can do. John Harris, Andy, what do you think about that woman that killed 3 people who made them dinner? I know nothing about it, John. Is that today or some other point? That's literally the first I knew about it. I'm slacking there, aren't I? Banned again. Poxy notifications of YouTube. Yeah, I haven't had anyone moan about that lately. Banned again. I haven't. So you'll have to tell me if you have trouble. Trouble is with YouTube notifications, I don't have any control over it. I don't. Bought some mushrooms from my shop, but they turned out to be poisonous ones. Ouch. Some of those things could kill you. Kevin, I have heard the electric London buses are charged from diesel. I've heard that too. I've seen pictures as well. The diesel generators. We need proportional representation. Totally agree with Kevin. And why don't we get it? Why don't we get it? Because I know they will get their arses well and truly kicked. That is very true. Regardless of the system, the average Joe isn't aware of the Reform Party. I don't know those of you that saw it. I had Howard Cox on here, who's standing for London Mayor next year. Hopefully kick Khan out. Nice guy off the camera. You know, nice guy on the camera, knows his stuff, knows what he's talking about, and wants to make a difference. And I believe he genuinely does. But the way the system is, right across the board, you just think, And then they turn around and say words like democracy. Who believes in democracy here? That's a very interesting conversation to be had, isn't it? I don't anymore. I haven't done for a long time. David, Andy, could you say your email address? I did actually type it in twice. It's contact@andygifford.online. I'll type it in again and see if you catch it this time. Yeah, banned again. Laugh out loud democracy. Absolutely. Every time I hear about the mayor, I think of Star Trek. What you mean, the Wrath of Khan? Yeah, absolutely. Anyone seen that new Star Trek? Strange New Worlds. They've just had season 2, and I really quite like it. Labour cancels ULEZ. Garen Davis. I saw. I think Maya Tusi had done something on that earlier on, but they won't cancel anything. They know there's an election coming up soon, and they'll rain on it as soon as they're in power. That's definitely the case. Anyway, new energy drink. Cheers, everyone. Oh, not quite sure what that is. All modern films are rubbish. A lot of them are. They're a bit woke, aren't they? Is it on Disney, Anthony? No, it's on Paramount Plus. That's where all the Star Trek stuff is at the moment. Oh yeah, Hills Road. I like it. I like Lower Decks as well. Did you see the live-action crossover where they had the two characters of Lower Decks on Strange New Worlds? I thought that was very cleverly done. Very cleverly done. I haven't retracted any message. Who's that to? Kay, I haven't seen any retracted message from you either. Aaron Reader, cheers, Andy. Absolutely. I wish it was a beer. But I've got Tuesday off, so I'm going to have a couple of drinks tomorrow night, I think, when I get home from my double bubble. Here, can William Shatner still shouts out all these years later when he's asked. Seen some footage of that. When you look at what Khan has done to London and wonder how he could possibly get re-elected, I think you're looking at the same type of reasoning, which gets Abbott re-elected. You're right. I mean, that bloody tweet that she put up. Yes, they fucked off to the bottom of the ocean or bottom of the sea or whatever it was. Has she any idea how the hell she made herself and her party look with that? I mean, for crying out loud, she's always dropping clangers all over the place, that one, isn't she? Dave Lee, thank you very much. You're a star. Love the channel. You're welcome, Dave, and thank you. And I'll look out for that email. I check my emails on a daily basis now. So I'll hopefully put that up. I'll go Abacus, yeah. She used to get called Diane Abacus, didn't she? And surely her days are numbered. Any advice? I did find the Roz. Nothing. If you put something, repost it, Adam, because I missed it with the comments flying by. The Enterprise is obviously non-compliant with ULEZ. Yeah. Which one, A, B, C, or D? Or good old-fashioned 1701. CBDs will be programmable, ultimately giving the issue of control over how it's spent. Yeah, I saw that, Tony. There was a video of a woman talking about that, and another man at a WEF conference as well. Sound crackling a little bit, Julie says. It might be where I'm moving back and forward. Also, I've got a creaky chair as well. I watch you nearly every day, Anthony says. That's great. You know, sometimes when the sound crackles, I do wonder if it's what we're talking about. They suddenly start playing up. Arrive late again. I'll rewind to the beginning later. Greetings from Lincolnshire. Very good to see you, David. Thank you for joining. Oh my God. Just imagine Star Trek and having to ask each alien what they identify as. They tried tackling that many, many, many years ago. There was, I think it was Commander Riker, good old Jonathan Frakes, fell in love with a lady from another race who didn't identify as anything. So sure that was a thing. The audio crackle a buffering issue, David said. Well, I'm sat where I am, and immediately behind the wall right there, which you can't see, I've got a Wi-Fi extender, which is connected to my router in the living room. Now, Jack has a Xbox, a new Xbox, which I'm damn sure he's currently playing on right now. And it will be a case of he probably is downloading something. So hopefully, I'll have to run a Wi-Fi cable out here if it carries on or something like that. 128 likes. Can we reach 150 before the end of the live? Thanks, guys. Is Jack ready for school? He's got the Kent test, what we used to call the 11 plus, and it's like the pre-qualification for grammar school. We would like him to go to Dane Court, which is a local school where his brother went when he was that age, but we don't know. We've got to do some practice papers and that sort of thing with him, and see how he gets on. But right now, he's just enjoying the holiday. Andy, did you see the clip of the villagers in Peru being harassed by aliens? Not yet. I saw Redacted cover that, and I want to watch it. So stand by with that one. Kay, is there actually such a thing as international law? If a country is truly independent, there bloody shouldn't be, should there? Where are we now? ULEZ cameras going up directly outside people's houses in a cul-de-sac. These people have to pay 12 quid to get off their own driveways. Madness. Yeah, that's right. I'll find that picture in a minute. Horrible teens making mother and my life a misery. Never known, heard such disrespect all day. If I was well, I'd do time. I don't know what you've tried or anything like that, but you know, I'm in fear of my safety or they're doing so. You've got to say something to entice them to come out. The problem is a lot of times these days they can't be asked. They don't want the paperwork, but they don't want the time. I mean, I remember years ago I had a girlfriend who lived in a flat in a high street, and she was getting hassled by a load of people. They were standing in her doorway being intimidating and everything else, and the police didn't want to come out when I called them. And I said to the police, pretty much word for word, if you don't go and I get there before you do, you will have more of a mess to clean up than you would have done if you went and told them to sod off. They went. So it depends how you tell it. It really depends how you tell it. I just want to find the ULEZ camera thing. Give me a second. It's important that people see this. ULEZ cameras. There's a few tweets about the ULEZ Blade Runners getting the cameras taken down. But here is the one. Present. Share screen. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a van in a residential street putting ULEZ cameras up. So these, I mean, I've read some of the background on this, and it turns out that the people in that street are in a clean area, clean air, yet ULEZ cameras are going up. Why? Yeah, I reckon the Blade Runners probably will be on it. They probably will be on it. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But police as well, Anthony said, yeah, absolutely, stop them getting taken down. But going back to Adam and his problem, you need to find the right phraseology to get them to come and sort it out. I mean, they don't need to know your health things, at least initially, do they? That's a tack I'd take it. Nigel the handyman, if they put it outside my house, it would be gone by the morning. I brought a video out a couple of days back where they put one outside of a cemetery. Of all places, they want to charge the dead, ULEZ. That's the way I took it. But what would be interesting to me is this whole affair is making this gentleman deeply, deeply unpopular. And will he get in? It's certainly give us a clue to how the system works if he did. Andy, you should go and work for Maya Tusi. Andy, I would vote for you. Banned again, hackers of the world, united and balls up the digital-only shops. The sound was really breaking up. How's the sound now, everybody? Can I have a 1 in the chat if it's good, a 2 in the chat if it's bad, and a 3 in the chat if it's kind of all right? So give me a sound check, everybody. Yeah, 1.5 to 2.5. Crackling. I don't get that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull myself out very quickly and put myself back in again. Give me a second. Right, how's that? I just put another tick in a box. Let me know how that is. Somebody said to me, does my mic use batteries? No, it doesn't. It's actually the built-in mic in the laptop. Perfect audio. Brilliant. I just did a thing that said reduce background noise. So hopefully that'll make it better. Now, somebody said, bring the bag back. Bring the bag back. Let me show you. This is my little display. We have the merch and the sign, all the Andy Gabby Cabby stuff. These are cool, these are. Look. Like, comment, and subscribe. And you've got little pinholes. I'll put that back where it is. Del Boy Trotter. And underneath there is the Sainsbury's carrier bag. I thought I'd have a little bit of a change. Just for a short amount of time. Just to get the Sainsbury's brigade off my case, so it's still there. Where's Andy's personal ULEZ camera? I need one of those number plate shutters or something, don't I? Have you seen those on eBay where they drop down? How much for the T-shirt? I don't know yet. I've got about 3 or 4 in the house, and I'm actually thinking about maybe giving a couple away. So bear with me on that. I've got another delivery of stuff coming, and I'm going to have a route through what I've got and try and set something up. So we will see. We will see. Yeah, Martin, you're spot on. ULEZ and paper mile. That's why they put them in a residential street. You're absolutely right. They're going to swallow that everywhere. Yeah, as well as the designs that on the t-shirts at the moment. Julie was kind enough to do me a load, which I got on the laptop. So once I've seen some samples, I'm going to see what else we can pull off as well. Mark and Janice, thought you'd been pulled by the YouTube, please send. No, what it was, my sound was breaking up and I just wanted to pull myself out, just tweak a couple of things and come back in again. Sometimes StreamYard, which is what I use to do the live streams, can be a little bit funny like that. So, just a quick reset and we're back with it. Andy, don't go down the merch road. No, I'm not going down the merch road. There's not going to be a store and all the rest of the stuff. It's just somebody has produced me a load of stuff out of the kindness of their heart, and it's coming, and I want to get it out to people that have asked. That's all it is. I'm not going to sit here plugging a merch store every 5 minutes of every day at all. So don't worry about that. I'm quite happy doing what we're doing. Duvet cover. I use Sainsbury's bags when shopping in Tesco's and local co-op. Such a rebel. Somebody sent me a picture of a Sainsbury's carrier bag over a ULEZ camera earlier, and apparently the council were complaining that they should have used something a bit more upmarket. That made me laugh. I am glad I am not called Les. Absolutely. My late father-in-law was called Les. Can you imagine? Let's have a look at some of these other comments. Yeah, if you haven't done so already, folks, I'd appreciate it if you can hit the like button on this live stream. And if you just join me for the first time this evening, please consider subscribing as well. I don't know if you've noticed as well, but we've now passed 49,000 subscribers and we're doing very, very well. Hopefully we'll get 50 soon. So really appreciate the support on the channel and everything you're doing. You mentioned EVs earlier, Andy. Mine doesn't like puddles. Water get into the wiring loom, sets off a shed load of warning lights. Happened twice now. 6-week wait for parts each time. I'll tell you a story. When I first started taxi driving, I rented a Citroen Picasso from a local firm just to get me going. And, you have to do it. Anyway, we had a rain shower one day, quite a heavy rain shower, and there's puddles everywhere. And the air intake on these Picassos is underneath the car at the bottom of the engine. And what these drivers were doing, they were speeding through the puddles and not according to the road conditions. And we all get a text message later on, the Citroen Picasso is not a boat. Apparently these things were just stopping dead, sucking water into the injectors and all sorts. Hell of a torrid time, it really was. Somebody just said get back in the cab. The reason I'm here in the first place is really it was the heat during the summer. I think, well, it'd be last year now, wouldn't it? Drove me in here because my equipment was overheating and it's just impossible to work in those conditions. So I ended up being the cabbie in here. Andy, you're not trying to encourage Sainsbury's to send you a bit of sponsorship for your 50k or at least something tech from Argos. Seen YouTubers getting the strongest sponsorships. Well, at the moment, that bag that's poking out of there, Richard, is Del Boy Trotter. So I don't know what that would get me. A couple of Harrods bags. I remember going to Harrods years ago, and we went to have a bit of lunch in the cafe. Just wanted to go so I could say I've been to Harrods. And I said, it's all right, I'll buy lunch. And then I saw the price. We went halves. I couldn't believe it. It was a chicken tikka kebab. It was about 18 quid. I'm going back 20 years. Unbelievable. James Jamieson, next cost of living payment. I don't know. I've started to see news articles about it mentioning August, September, and that sort of thing, but I've got no firm reading of that yet. So to see. Andy, what are your thoughts on that girl that got arrested for autism? I have a bit of a rant about the police tomorrow because, I was talking about the police in general to an ex-copper I know about then and now, and complete overreaction. Police have been called far worse for far less. This girl had autism, probably couldn't help the way she acted. I think the copper misread the situation, got it completely wrong. And should they be a copper? That's what I'd like to know. It just didn't sit right with me and really worries me about the caliber of officers that are in there. That's what I think of it. Where are we? David, I was a Lincolnshire taxi driver for 9 years, mostly driving ex-London FX4 types, scrappers really, not so fussy in Lincolnshire, stiff peg and worm steering. Yeah, we have a issue down here where we are. I don't know if you know, I'm in Margate. Yeah. K. I'm former copper. Girl, autistic or not, police response was ridiculous, disproportionate, and shameful. There you go. Absolutely spot on from a former police officer. Yeah, we have a thing down here where before COVID, our local council decided they were going to try and enforce an age limit on all of the cabs here. And it was a phased in approach where after a year, certain ones would have to drop off after. And we read it and we thought, if you go through with this, you'll kill the private hire industry in this area overnight. And COVID came along and the whole thing got scrapped because of that. And also the way we all kicked off, it just didn't transpire and still hasn't. But I think it's something they're going to look at in the future. Can't do it. Hi, Mum. Good to see you. Sorry I'm late. Well, we're not going to be here for much longer, so you might have to watch it on replay. Like a couple of people, I'll bet you've been out gallivanting. Do you not keep a foot pump in the boot? I've got a spare tyre underneath the boot and a jacket and everything underneath the footwell, if that counts. Have a starred comment. Oh, yes, covered that one. That's cool. Saw that video, dragged them out, shoot a lot of them. Blood nose with the sheep. How do you spell Arrods? ARRODS, capital A, definitely. Margate is a lovely place. I'm in Manchester, says Anthony. Yeah, I've lived here all my life. Can't complain really. What happened to Just Stop Oil ever since those YouTubers hit their meal hall? They haven't been about. I haven't seen them. You're absolutely right. I haven't seen them. For anybody that can't remember that, as Stuart pointed out, it was they put rape alarms in balloons, didn't they? And let them in there. It was like Nino, 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 Nino. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Blood. I remember Alan Pate from Chester. Still about. I'm in contact. Yeah, in the Tornio, Lord Jim, there's a where you get out the driver's side. Oh, Andy, you keep Jack under. Yeah, I'm with you. If he interferes with my broadband anymore, he might end up in the spare wheel under the car. I thought you meant the actual Jack, not my Jack. Yeah, Whitstable's lovely as well. Absolutely. We've got some gorgeous places around here, the seaside and everything. Andy's got a diploma in winding up Just Stop Oil. I have. I'll see if I've got it on here. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, it was done for me by, it was East Kent College, wasn't it, Johnny? Sure it was. I don't know if I can get to it easily. If I can't, I have to wait. Oh, someone mentioned Jack. This will make the ladies swoon. Found this the other day. That is my little one when he was 2 years old. And that is Mossbross in Canterbury. And it was when my wife and I got married. We went over there to do the suit fitting for all of us. And this was him. And just as I took the picture, he come running up to me, bless him. 2 years old. Now he's 10. I can't believe how fast time flies. It really is quite scary how that happens. Better looking than you. Well, it's not hard, is it? Not hard. He's got his mum's looks, that's definite. And people kept telling me that I'm punching above my weight. They'd be right. She loved that, by the way. She really did. But have a quick shifty at some more comments here. Mark, you around the corner. I'm in Whitfield. I want the Just Stop Pissing Us Off t-shirts. Yeah, there's a load of them on eBay. I think, Stuart. I've seen them on there. They'll be back tomorrow now you've mentioned Just Stop. Well, let's hope not. Whitstable is a lovely place. Yeah, it sure is. Well, folks, I'm going to call it a day for another evening. Call it a day for another evening. It is the evening and the day is nearly over. Thank you ever so much for everybody joining us. Before I go, my son is 10 today. Happy birthday to Ryan's son, Sanity Checkers. Tell him Andy the Gabby Cabby and all the gang said happy birthday. And hope you've had a good time. Yes, I'm going to call it a day for another evening. And I've said it again, haven't I? Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Not very structured tonight, just a natter with you all. Tomorrow from 8 o'clock, there'll be more content out. And 4 videos. Yes, 4 videos. Couple of rants, couple of things. And we'll be back into it from Tuesday. So if you haven't done so, make sure you hit the like button on the chat. Yes, subscribe if you haven't. Do all your usual bits and pieces, and I very, very much appreciate all your support. Have a good evening. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.